Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your February 1st through the 15th soul session. I am Marlo. If you're new, okay. And if you're family, welcome back, my friend. So let's go ahead and jump, into you guys' cards and see what is going on for you all for the 1st through the 15th of February. So, first card out, we have the Five of Swords. Then we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So it's looking like Virgo coming out of January and into February, and thus into the first week of February. It feels to me almost as if you guys may feel in the first week that you were fighting a losing battle. And the vibe I get like for this is kind of like because I'm seeing a very clear scenario in my head. I'm just trying to think how to explain it. It's almost like if like say if someone you know was accused of something, right? And you were taken up for this person and you're like, there's no way, like I know they didn't do that, and da 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 da, and almost like kind of to your detriment type of deal. And I mean, it's so many things that are coming into my brain, like, because I'm thinking about like recent scandals, like in the news and stuff like that. And it's like, like you championing for this particular person. And it's like, oh, it's not like that. Like they're not that type of person. I don't know if YouTube would flag me for saying it because it's like, there's one person in particular that's a like, kind of like a, I don't even know if I can say that word. It's kind of like a alt leader, but there's a C in front of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's one person in particular that I'm thinking about, but and not saying that everyone, was affiliated with like a C word alt leader, right? But it feels like that vibe. It's like really believing in the person and championing for them and sticking your neck out type of deal. And I mean, on a minute level, it could be something like say if your kid is in school and like say a teacher called and said like, oh, your kid stole $5 out of my purse, your kid was the only one in the classroom, and your kid's like, I didn't do it, and you're like, all upset talking about suing the school and things of the sort. And then it ends up coming out that the person actually did do it. You know what I'm saying? And you're like left holding the bag. Like, and I know that that's hella specific, Virgo, but that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. And it's not necessarily saying like the energy signature I'm picking up on. It can be translated into like, championing for a leader that turned out to not be who it is that they thought they were. And, or like, like your kid doing something bad and swearing to God they didn't, and they literally did, but there's a whole gray area in between that where that would kind of fit the narrative. So it's literally something that you were fighting like tooth and nail for because you felt justified in this fight, right? And I don't really feel that it would be in a sense where like you didn't, well, of course you didn't have all the information, but I don't feel that you were championing for something like knowing. Like I feel the kind of vibe is as if Virgo would have had no earthly idea whatsoever, or even like a company that you're working for. Like say if there's a company that you're working for and the company is like funneling money into some stuff that you find out that they're doing, or, you end up finding out, and this is literally something like, a school that someone I know's child used to go to, things that were on the news about a teacher there. And we were like, what? You know what I'm saying? So it could be something like along those lines, but I feel the burden that you guys are feeling, it's like kind of towards the end of the first week is feeling kind of on the outs, because it's feeling kind of like, and I hate because shame is such a strong word, and I do not advise anyone to fraternize with shame. It's one of the most toxic emotions for us human beings. But it's like it's feeling kind of on the outs because you were really championing for something that turned out to not be what it is that you thought, or someone wasn't what it is that you thought. But I feel that's not something that you should beat yourself up over or feel bad about, because I wholeheartedly believe that Virgo had the best of intentions going into this. You were just dealing with a person that wasn't being honest. You know what I'm saying? So, because I know a lot of times, like with a lot of people that I work with, whenever they're kind of screwed over by somebody, it's like we have a tendency naturally to blame ourselves, because we feel like, you know, why didn't I see it? Like, how could I have not seen that person was like that? How could I have not seen that they were like, if they really did that, they're like a horrible person. How is it that I was friends with them or hung out with them and I didn't see that? You know what I'm saying? And the truth is like, some people are just really cunning. Some people are just really conniving. Some people are literally psychopaths in real life. You know what I'm saying? Some people are really good, you know, manipulators, or have a very well constructed false face. So don't at all internalize this, because it doesn't speak anything to you for not recognizing this about the person, or that you're, you know, flawed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Like, you know, the X is really on them. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel that you guys were doing this from the right place. And I know that that's really specific, but child, that's what I'm seeing. Now, going into the second week of February, we have the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Then we have the 4 of Cuppies in the reverse. Oh, gee. And then we have the 8 of Swords in the reverse. I'm happy to see the 8 of Swords in the reverse, because I feel here going into the second week of February, the week of the 15th, I feel like your energy's kind of stalled. I really feel that happened because of, like I said, with you guys having the 5 of Pentacles that's wrapping up the first week of February. And of course, that going into, you know, the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, and then into the 4 of Cups. And I always say with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, don't quit before the miracle, because I feel with whatever this is, Virgo, it's imperative for you guys to protect your energy. I'll say that for sure. And I believe it was yes. So especially if you are a Libra Virgo cusper person, or you have Libra in your chart, definitely watch Libra, because I said a very similar thing to them. It's like they're coming into the month like on cloud 9, like everything is super dope, right? And it's and then it was connected to Scorpio's reading as well. But it's like something that happens in the midpoint of the month where I was forewarning them to not let it take them out of the energy that they were in, because it's possible that, you know, people can kind of come in as dark distractions, right? And I feel with this particular situation, it's like with how this kind of panned out, it can put you guys kind of into a place where, you know, you end up getting mind-binded and putting yourself in a self-imposed prison. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel this, and this is me just kind of picking up on stuff intuitively. This is like the 3rd time this has happened today with the readings. It's like I'm picking up on something from January, because it's like I feel with this particular situation, like I really do feel like this involves someone else, but I feel in you guys' personal life it's something else that was going on prior to this. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of like if you think about television shows and you have like a plot and like a B plot, right? Where you have cutaways to like what's going on with the other characters, and then you have like the main character whose story is about. It's like I feel like this is your B plot. Like what's happening in the first week of February is like the B plot of the story. And then we have your A plot, which is like you as the main character, is like the energy that I'm picking up on. So there's other stuff going on in your life, but then there's like this little part that, you know, intertwines with you, if you will. And I feel that your A plot situation isn't really, it's like it's something where you literally are in the 8 of Swords with it. And I feel that this energy is kind of like a dark distraction for you, to where it can potentially take you out of alignment. So it's like already kind of feeling discouraged or feeling stuck or feeling away about your proverbial A plot situation, like something that's going on that's not even intertwined with this. But when this particular situation happens, like you find this stuff out, it's kind of like takes the wind out of your sails. And the thing that I want to stress for you guys is like, don't stop doing what you were doing, because I feel whatever the situation is, and y'all know I am nosy, you know, like whenever stuff comes out like this and it's like broad in general, as far as like the energy signature that I'm seeing, but yet eerily specific of like the pattern of how it's happening, I always want to know these things. I'm like, what the heck? What is this? You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments if you about it, if you want to tickle my nosy muscle, you know. But legit, it's like this is acting as a dark distraction, because in like with this 7 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 4 of Cups, this kind of slows your momentum and takes you out of alignment with what you really should be focused on, which is your A plot. This is just a dark distraction, because coming into the 15th, mental clarity is coming for you guys. You know what I'm saying? To where you can see the big picture of the situation. So I feel it's kind of like a temporary passing, but like I said to Scorpio as well as to Libra, make sure that you don't allow yourself to make a temporary situation permanent by like getting, you know, like sucked into it. And how you get sucked into it is, like I was saying a few minutes ago, is by, you know, letting yourself believe like, you know, how did I not see this? How did I know, like not know that they were lying type of thing? And that's not a you thing, that's a them thing, right? Because you guys had the best of intentions. Oh my goodness. And why is all of this happening? This is the same thing that came out for Pisces. You guys might want to watch Pisces too, dude, because that's your opposite sign. And for those of you, because I have a bunch of new subscribers all of a sudden, it's the craziest thing. Because usually like we just been ticking over here, but a lot of people I've noticed in the comments and stuff are not aware of how like I do this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is tarot therapy. This ain't just a regular tarot reading. I am a licensed therapist. This is the method I came up with, so that's why I don't look like everything else. You understand what I'm saying? And I have a whole book on my website on how to watch my soul sessions, because there's a method to the madness. Like there's literally like a whole process of how it is that you watch these, right? But saying that to say, there's a lot of themes with this, and especially with this Tower in the reverse, Pisces is your opposite sign. So that's like, you know, shadow aspects. So it can be helpful to look at your opposite sign, because it kind of gives you insight into things that you don't know. But while all of this is happening with the Tower in the reverse, and that being Scorpio energy, by the way, it's more or less, and this is me just kind of projecting into what we're going to see on the 15th when the other half of this comes out. I feel that you need to be mentally clear by the 15th, because I feel something's going to be coming in for you guys in the latter part of the month. That's literally just what I'm picking up intuitively. Something's coming in for you guys in the latter part of the month, and you need to be in the right headspace in order to see it and to receive it and to act on it. So I feel like what I said with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, quitting before the miracle, it's kind of like this situation coming in as a dark distraction to kind of rock your confidence, and it can potentially take you out of the vibrational frequency that you need to be in, that was previously drawing in, right, what it is you guys were calling into your life prior to this. And there's a similarity in that to what I was saying with Pisces, of where, you know, they've been having a lot of dark distractions, where it's been people, situations, circumstances that are tugging on their energy, that's been stopping them from doing the main thing that they've wanted to do since, you know, January 1st, which was like focus on themselves, start a business, self-care, gym, like whatever the case, right? So I feel for my Virgos, with you guys, it's a dark distraction for real, because it's like an inadvertent, and I don't want to creep y'all out, but it feels to me like an inadvertent, like spiritual attack kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like energy that has nothing to do with you that's coming in and taking you away from your blessings type of deal, which came up in Cancer. Oh, Lord. Shout out to my old subscribers that know about the dark cloak figure, because I feel like we're coming back up into that time again. I just mentioned that in Cancer, but that's really what this sounds like to me. So it's a dark distraction. So don't allow that to take your mind off of what's important. You know what I'm saying? This is just like an energy that's an adversarial energy that's taking your focus off of things that you really should be focused on, right? So all of this is happening to avoid a catastrophe, if we could say it that way. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm looking at the bottom of you guys' deck. They have the Tower in the reverse. They have the Three of Wands in the reverse, the World in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse. And then you finally get the Six of Swords. So my whole thing that I'm forewarning you guys about, Virgo, is stay focused on the prize. Don't let the situation like get you into a negative headspace or take you off track or get your vibrational frequency out of alignment. Because what is looking like to me, what this energy is coming in to do, and it's almost like, dude, it's so weird. It's almost like this person was like a facilitator in that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you, and that's why protecting our energy is so important. It's like you had all the good intentions of the world to, you know, support this person, to be there, take up for them type of deal. And it's like, even though what they did, because God forbid, the longer I stare at cards, the more that I start getting more stuff. But God forbid if this is like, because I know it's like tax time right now. God forbid this is something where it's like a person who like stole money from you or scammed you or something like that. I hope it's nothing like that. Or even because I know, geez, y'all, that this is why I'm making reading short. I stare at stuff for too long, and all the guides are just like, "What about this?" Even if, because I'm even thinking of a very specific situation where it could be like, you know, like if a mom and dad aren't together and y'all have like a kid, and like the other parent were to claim the kid on taxes without your permission, type of deal, and like you go to file your taxes. And, you know, it gets rejected like from the IRS because they're like, oh, that child's already been claimed, but the other parent never told you that they did that type of deal. It's like, I can see that in this first week kind of scenario. But the whole thing that I'm saying is guard your energy, because it's almost like this person is being used as a catalyst to bring in dark energy into your life, is what I'm saying. And I don't want to creep anyone out. It's not like demons or anything like that. It's just a lower vibrational energy, because all of the cards under the Tower in the reverse, with that being like trying to avoid any type of catastrophe, everything behind it is like you guys being stuck in an energy. Like Three of Wands is not moving forward, the World reverse, unfinished business, the Hermit reverse, repeating past mistakes, the Lovers in the reverse, not making a choice. It's like being stuck, because it's like one continuously repeating and picking, like, you know, out of scarcity, survival, you know, type of complex, as opposed to listening to your intuition. And then finally, we have the Six of Swords. So it's like, and that's the beautiful thing about life. The wheel is always turning. Even if we do get out of alignment, there's always going to be another chance to get out of the energy. But I feel like this is a forewarning to help you guys out, so we don't even have to go that far. Like, let's just, from the 1st through the 15th, let's go ahead and avoid this little tower, okay? You know what I'm saying? So we ain't got to worry about all that, you know? Anywho, that's been your soul session for the 1st through the 15th, Virgo. If you're interested in the second half of this, they will be posted on all my membership platforms on the 15th of February. But if you're not about that life, that's totally cool. I still love your freaking face. But I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.